PFT Media.
James Brown, I read a book about James Brown putting on a free TV concert during the Holy Week after MLK was killed, right?
Yeah.
And it saved that fucking city from getting burned to the ground. And it's cool that he did that, but also kind of made part of me like thinks Boston might be a better city if he hadn't, you know? But whatever. Because basically everybody in Boston stayed to watch that show. Because he was going to put on a concert that got canceled or whatever. And instead they broadcast the mayor agreed with him. But yeah. So either way, though, welcome to Radicalizing Rednecks, y'all. I'm your host, Big Tim Murphy, Uncle Big Tim, whatever the fuck y'all call me. I don't fucking know. That's Brittany and Sean, as you always know. And we're a podcast. So
If you didn't know,
if you didn't know, if this is the first one you listened to, because this is the first one after I went viral shitting on the Twitch guy. There's that.
Oh god!
Dude, everybody shit on that Twitch.
Oh, that guy got shit on. So I actually stopped. I know I made that in that one video. I said I was going to make fun of him every day.
Yeah.
But I stopped because I feel bad because I don't. Well, one, he doesn't have any material that's I want to like. It's just a bunch of Jordan Peterson shit, man. Are you familiar with what we're talking about, Sean? Did you see me fucking with the kid?
I missed that. No.
Okay.
Hassan
well,
did
I mean,
it.
it's my
swear to
fucking
God.
content. I can share it. I'll
Huh?
pull it up real quick.
I swear to God, you're gonna pop up in one of Hassan's videos.
Hopefully. I mean, maybe we'll see. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be real nice.
Yeah.
I Twitch streamed some today, Britt.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. The little Stellaris just by myself.
When are
It
we
was
gonna
good
do
time.
Fallout, man? You got me fucking obsessed with this game.
Well, we're gonna play the Fallout soon, but you know.
Now we don't even have Twitch because you dumb big-titted fucking thoughts want to take it from us.
Friend, having big-titted thoughts, as you called them, show up to things is like the ideal when you're planning events, bro. Like, what the fuck are you really mad about, man? That big-titted women is getting into the thing you're into, friend? You mean that there might end up being some big-titted women that are a little promiscuous and might have a little lower standards getting into your fucking hobby is a problem? Are you fucking serious? What the fuck, bro? Also, by the way, y'all, I got big-ass titties, and I'm starting a Twitch stream just to spite shitheads like that. But also, hey, big titty Twitch thoughts, which I think that might not be. I think that might mean that hoe over there, and I don't think you're supposed to call women that. But whatever, hit me up.
And his Jordan Peterson video is so funny because he's wearing sunglasses like look at Jordan Peterson owning this person.
It really is. Also, I'd like to clarify two things about that video. That was the first take, and that was my genuine realization that he was meaning thoughts like that. That was my genuine doing that because I was trying to do the acronym to spell it, and I was like, oh shit. I thought, well, I could do a second take, but I was like, you know what? No, that is pretty good. That's pretty funny. Because you can see on my eyes where I genuinely figured that out while I was doing that. Because I was fucking high as shit. And this other redheaded guy I know stitched with him originally, and his stitch got like 6 likes, but it was just like him telling the kid to shut up. And I was like, I followed through because the redheaded guy, I can't, sorry, TikToker, I'd shout you out, but I don't remember which one the fuck you are. But you look like you're my methed out cousin. I think it's Jay Seggs or something, right? He replied to it was just like, shut up. And I was like, this fucking kid. I watched the original video of that dude. Sean, I'm going to play it for you in a minute because it's special.
I mean, that react is like, good Lord, what's this guy's problem?
I also, when I said lower standards, I directly did mean the hobby standards. All right. The promiscuous thing came in from them dressing slutty. All right, I'll be real with you. The standard thing is he was complaining about them not liking the game or whatever they're just in. And it's like, all right, well, you're getting into a trendy hobby. You might have a little lower standard, though. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, hey, listen. But also, if you got low standards and you're big titty thought or whatever, please hit me the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like most people kind of are like chill with that happening.
yeah, I'm trying to have. Listen, I'm trying to fucking. I'm trying to be around y'all. Like, if
Yeah.
y'all have a game y'all want me to stream or whatever, that his original's down, I guess, or maybe the kid blocked me.
Dude, I think you should get a Craigslist hot tub and start a Craigslist hot tub stream.
Oh, I think he blocked me. You know what?
Come back, Craigslist.
You ain't gotta get the Craigslist. You just get the inflatable one from Coleman. And my fucking floors are already so wet, anyways. Fuck it. I'll put it down right here where the computer is.
You can go to Marshalls and get a hot tub. Then
Yeah,
hot tub for like $150.
Yeah, you want to.
But you gotta play into the scumbag Florida man.
Yeah, well, the scumbag Florida man is using the Coleman hot tub, or
Are
you
they?
know,
Okay.
yeah,
I mean,
that's what everyone's
inflatable
using for the
isn't-
hot tub stream.
Okay.
Nobody's using real hot tubs. Also, I mean, like, we could do the Coleman hot tub for like, again, $150 or whatever. That
I'll
other
pay
hot
for it.
tub, that's, you want to order it, Brittany? I give you my address, but fucking, you say, I gotta get.
I think I already got your address in my Amazon
probably
account.
do. Fucking, and you know what? Who cares how long it takes for that carpet blower to come? If you're fucking, I'm doing a hot tub stream. God damn it!
I'm like on my way.
Yeah.
I will. I tell you
I'm
what.
old and I have a bad back. Let's do it.
I'll wear a t-shirt in the hot tub.
I think it'd be funnier if you wear overalls like me. I got the bigger titties.
Wait.
No, all three of us in overalls.
Oh, God.
Yes, I love
Just
it.
in overalls. Are we all gonna get Coleman hot tubs to do the show in? We can't all do the show in hot
It
tubs.
has to fit right here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we can.
I think that dude blocked me. Well, technically, I've got one of them bathtubs, one of them the walk-in tubs
Yeah.
from the old woman that lived here from before, and it's just sitting in the corner there. If I had some help, I could get that cleaned out and moved, and I could install it, and I could do it from a Whirlpool tub. I could. I'm in the room it was hooked up in there, and I'd have to put it where I mean. We'll talk about this more off air, Brittany, because I will.
Okay.
I can't.
Truck for you, and we're gonna put a hot tub in the truck. So
Yes, we need to talk about that off air or whatever,
I'm
or we
working
can take
on
it
that.
out.
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
He didn't tell you.
He's wishy-washy, but I know what's gonna happen.
All right. Well,
It's not you. It's
I understand
it's
because
like
I
a let it
don't
go.
want. The other day, I was trying to fix my truck because I need to put a new radiator and transmission cooling lines in, right? And I'm under there, y'all, and it's the type of clip you're supposed to use the pliers to make them open. You got to have the right. But I'm like, this thing is so rusted, the thing's not doing anything. So I was like, well, you know, I'll try. I get a screwdriver in there, I'll get it to bend some, and then I'll twist it down, and then I'll be able to get force on it with both hands, right? Because it's up under there. So I got the screwdriver and I'm doing it, and I didn't feel any resistance at all. Right? I thought I was in air, you know, and I tried to pull the screwdriver back out, and I wasn't in air. I had stabbed the screwdriver into the water pump by a good 2 or 3 inches, y'all, of an 8-inch screwdriver was stabbed into the water pump, and it would not come out at all. I had both hands on it, and I was pulling, right, and it wasn't coming out. And I had already, I had thought I had dripped out the entire radiator hose, like the last that hose, because I turned it out and I dripped it out. I thought all the way, right. So I was under the truck, and I'm trying to get that damn hose clamp off, and mind you, this is after I thought I had already emptied it, and I guess I had jostled it just the right way with the whole truck with a water pump, and it spewed out a bunch of old coolant water and like rust and sediment and stuff and like a grainy texture into my fucking mouth while I was under the truck, and some got in my eyes, and I was under there and I was just like, you know what? I don't know if I want to drive anymore. I don't know if I want to drive. I don't know if I want to be. Maybe I'll just give up on driving. You know,
I got so spoiled in Paris. Like you could get on the. It was like $80 a week. You just get on the metro. You could take it everywhere you want to go. I'm like
80 or $8 a week.
80.
80. All right. Well, but I mean,
hey, it's not nothing. But I mean, also,
I mean,
take away your insurance, a car payment,
I pay
repairs.
$200 a month for insurance. It doesn't even cover it. Comprehensive or nothing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like
You know?
I can just like get on a train, I can go wherever I want. Like
And they run 24 hours
stupid.
too, right?
No, they run from 5 in the morning until about midnight. Well, you can take public transportation 24 hours a day.
Okay.
The train doesn't run 24 hours a day, but there is transportation 24 hours a day.
Well, what's the 24-hour day if it's not the train? Is it the bus?
A bus. Yeah.
Okay.
If the train isn't running, it's the bus. There's a nighttime bus. I mean, like what?
I mean,
Like why isn't that a thing everywhere?
America
don't
sucks,
know.
y'all. I don't know if y'all been
I
tuning
figured
into
that
America this season, but
I know
this season
yeah.
sucks.
there's a Save-A-Lot about a mile from me total walk, right? And somebody's been going there and coming back and leaving the shopping carts on my street, and it's getting annoying because now there's 4 of them out there. There was 2, there's now 4, and I can tell it's somebody new to the neighborhood, right? And it must be like when they get paid or something, because it's been happening like every 2 weeks. There's a new one out there, right? And it's aggravating that they don't just take the one they brought back with them, because I don't know if you get
Yeah.
in trouble bringing it back. I mean, you probably would. I don't know, but you're taking the same risk, I guess.
Trouble?
Leaving-
What kind of trouble?
Shopping cart. You can go to jail for stealing shopping carts.
You can't.
Those things cost like $100.
Though, yeah, no, they're expensive and they can be grand larceny.
Yeah.
If you like, because of the anti-theft things on some of them, they count as like, no, yeah, Brittany, it's illegal to take shopping carts.
It is. What the fuck?
Why did you?
Who gives
I
a
mean-
fuck about a shopping cart? There's 8,000 of them.
The people that bought them.
The people that bought them, Capital, anything that Capital
Yes.
cares about, the cops care about. And that's just a fact.
Yeah, that's
But
what I mean.
walk into that store, I think to myself, I'm like, I could do that walk, right? But anything I buy frozen will be defrosted by the time I get home. Although they are open till 11, so I might walk up there late at night. But they don't have. They're not. If there was a Walmart within walking distance up there, I'd probably do it. But if I'm walking to the store, the soda I'm going to buy is not just going to be Diet Coke in a can. You know what I mean? I want to get the flavored sodas.
Yeah,
if
you
I'm
get
gonna,
a 2-liter. You
well,
get a
I don't
bag.
like 2 liters. I like to get the cans because the cans is better. It's more expensive, yes, but it makes me feel more psychologically better about my living situation drinking cold canned soda.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I also
really.
don't have to maintain ice, right? Because my freezer don't really work right because the door's all fucked up. I don't have to worry about cups. You know, the can, I can recycle them for money if I really want. I'm building up a pile of them outside my back door. You know, plus the varieties and all. And man, it just tastes better. It tastes better. And the price difference, when you really work it out, it's like, yes, it's double, but it's going from 6 cents an ounce to 12 cents an ounce. It's just like, it makes me feel
You can
so
hold
much.
it in your hand. It's one of those things. It's like it's just
It
like
just-
it's a quality of life thing.
Yes. I don't have central AC, y'all. I'm sitting right now with a fan on.
I can't
'cause I
believe
turned
that in
off-
Florida. Like
I
that
turned off
sucks.
the tall air conditioner thing that leaks so bad my carpet is a sponge now and it's splishy splashes. I need to put the fucking thing. That's with the bucket, but so I'm gonna do canned soda. I'm sorry. Poverty police. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm not doing the most efficient way to get diet soda. Sorry, I'm not just doing egg whites and water with ground dog meat.
Can
or
we
dog
stop
food.
talking about food?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, you're making Britain. Yeah.
I've had a headache for 4 days. If anybody knows what that is in the Discord, just let me know.
Do not open up the Discord to giving you medical advice, you fucking you hypochondriac. You will fucking just sign up for the 98.6 and talk to the goddamn video doctor
I'm doing
and
that
make him
tomorrow.
give you some Imitrex or something. Take you some migraine pills, white woman. The Teamsters are taking on Amazon.
Yeah,
Did y'all see that?
yeah.
Yeah, we're about to see the Teamsters finally get busted
No.
You really think the Teamsters are going to lose, Sean?
against Amazon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey Teamsters,
He's running
Dwayne
for
Johnson
president.
here. You know,
Oh,
this was a year like no other. And every day brought fresh challenges, and our very concept of normal was turned upside down and completely turned inside out. But it was times like these that somebody had to keep the seams from bursting. And it was the brothers and sisters of the Teamsters Union who rose to the occasion, as they always have, and as they always will.
He's running for president. I promise.
Should we not vote for him if he runs for president?
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
What does the president matter?
Who cares? I want The Rock to be the president. I don't fucking care if the Rock is the president the way Joe Biden is the president, and the next and it's nothing fundamentally changed. I would just rather have The Rock as president than anything else.
Yeah,
we just need a ripped president. I want a president that understands. Like, he's been in the Fast and the Furious franchises. He understands family. He fought Shaw. Fought Shaw. So there we go.
He fought. He fought. He is a genetic freak of nature. That is just a wonderful man, but by all means, probably a moderate Republican. But he didn't vote. He did endorse Joe Biden against Trump, though. So he endorsed Joe Biden like October.
So he's going to
Trump.
run as a Democrat?
No, I think he's going to run as a Republican.
Hey, well, you look at that. Your face says that matters.
It doesn't.
It says it doesn't.
If he runs
as a Republican, he'll win probably.
If he runs as anything, he'll win. He's the most famous person ever run for president.
200 million on Instagram.
He's like, name a more charismatic actor that has won as president.
He made a movie where he fought a goddamn building and it was good.
Not because of him though. I mean, his acting was probably good in it.
It doesn't matter.
You can tell he's The Rock, but who cares? It's The Rock.
Yeah.
One of the end battles of I think one of the most recent Fast and Furious franchise. It's not the new one that came out. I think the 8 or whatever. They go back to like Samoa, and he leads a bunch of like Samoans in a set piece battle against mercenaries armed with guns, and he defeats them with magic and shit. He uses like uncle magic to defeat it. They have like junkyard smoke fucking screens and shit. It's like he will be president, and he will be the God Emperor of this country. When I talk about United States is not the Roman Empire, it's the goddamn Roman Republic on decline. The very first emperor will be The Rock. If The Rock becomes president, I don't know. I mean, it was pretty cool to be a Roman citizen, wasn't it, for a while?
I guess.
I mean, do you remember in the Bible where they're like the Israelites are like, we want a king, and God's like, no kings. You don't need a king. And they're like, no, we really want a king, and they got a king. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, we couldn't have that, but we're gonna have it, and it's gonna be The Rock. The king that we couldn't have is The Rock.
And let's be real. I mean, if we have to have a king for life or whatever, we have to have a God Emperor. At least be one that's charismatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trump was charismatic.
No, he wasn't. Not the way The Rock is. Trump was funny.
I know.
Trump's funny.
Well, Steven Crowder is charismatic.
That's Trump.
You just want to talk about Steven Crowder. You can segue into Steven Crowder if you want. Steven Crowder, do y'all think Steven Crowder will support The Rock if he runs for president as a Republican?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think he will, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think they might.
Will Sam Cedar?
I don't know. I don't care what Sam Cedar who he picks. I don't care about what Sam Cedar or Steven Crowder who they vote for.
I like Sam Cedar. What's wrong?
Listen, I love Sam Cedar. I love the Majority Report. I do. I also just don't give a fuck who Sam Cedar votes for president. If The Rock is up against anybody, he's going to win. He will be president for the rest of his life if he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when The Rock tweeted out about the evidence of fucking the Bin Laden raid before it happened? Because the special forces community told him.
Bin Laden raid before anyone else did.
Yes, the special forces community, someone in the special forces community alerted The Rock to the most secret American military raid in 50 years, 60 years.
And he tweeted it? I didn't know this.
Yes. Yeah. Type in The Rock tweet about Bin Laden raid, and it'll come up. He tweeted a half hour before it was announced. Like, if he decided tomorrow to cross the Potomac like fucking Caesar did the Rubicon, he could.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be him and John Cena. Like,
yeah, if he called up, he could do it. He could do it. in a fucking heartbeat, y'all.
Just got the word that will shock the world. Land of the free, home of the brave. Damn, proud to be an American.
He knew about it beforehand. That's what he was talking about.
If I ever kill an international terrorist, the first person I'm telling is a wrestler / actor.
The Rock would beat Trump. The Rock would beat anybody else that ran for president. I promise you. The Rock is the
like
highest
100
grossing
million.
actor.
Yeah.
The Rock is beloved by millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions of people.
Fast 9 is going to obliterate records.
Yes.
And he could be president. Paul Walker could be president right now. And he's dead.
Paul Walker would have an easier time. Paul Walker would have had an easier time than The Rock. And Vin Diesel can't. Even though Vin Diesel can't. Vin Diesel can't because he's too dark and he's bald. Even though The Rock is black, right? It doesn't matter. The Rock is The Rock.
I thought The Rock was Samoan.
Yeah, he's mixed or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I thought Sean was white.
The Rock.
Is that wrong? I'm sorry.
Don't call him Sean King.
I'm not Sean King. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be dumb.
My glasses aren't square enough, and I don't have that tiny mustache. I just don't shave.
Brittany, would you like to watch the Sam Crowder? Would you like to watch Steven Crowder be a cuck with us? You want to play?
Of course.
You want? Let's get to it.
I have not done it yet. I haven't watched it.
Sean has not seen it yet.
I'm saving it for my friends.
Do you want? Did you have a shorter clip, or do you just want to watch the H3 broadcast?
Show the Steven Crowder trailer for it to him first.
Oh,
show Steven Crowder.
Right,
I'll find that. Or just type in. It'll come up on his page. You just go to Steven Crowder's Twitter and just scroll through.
I forgot
it'll come up.
Trailer.
Because Steven Crowder released a trailer of it before it came out, right? And in the trailer that Steven Crowder released, he looks like a bitch.
Well, I don't know if y'all. I kind of got into this right as it was happening because let me just explain for anybody who doesn't know. Steven Crowder and Ethan Klein from H3H3 were going back and forth, right? And I was watching that shit happen that whole week. And one of Ethan Klein's guys behind the scene, I don't know his name, he's a pretty cool guy, brought up the fact that Steven Crowder wouldn't debate Sam Cedar. So, and Ethan didn't even know who Sam Cedar was. I watched that clip and he's like, who's Sam Cedar or whatever? What's the majority report? So then I guess they set up this debate and they decide to Shanghai. Is that the right word? Shanghai Steven Crowder?
I mean, not in 2020.
My bad, dude. But yeah. But Ethan Klein is a troll, dude. Steven Crowder, I feel like Steven Crowder should have known that. Ethan Klein has always been known.
I don't know if you know this, but Steven Crowder is not what you would call smart.
He's also lazy. You keep forgetting these reactionaries are lazy as fuck. All they do is react to things. This is the fucking Steven Crowder's trailer for this. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a more perfect encapsulation.
This is what
The
CDC is this whole governmental body. Just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude. Obviously, my point is that if you're so fucking stupid, then yeah, you should listen to the CDC, bro.
You and I can talk about it. It is appointed to a man once to be invited on the show. And if you don't, if you decline, and everyone now knows that you will, but I will never address you again. I bet this guy's going to do anything he can to avoid actually debating.
I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
I had no idea that was going to happen. You know,
Steven, you're wearing
that we
a holster.
agreed. Yeah? So?
So upset about him wearing Ethan Klein calling him out for wearing a holster. But Ethan Klein is a fucking troll, dude. He is a troll.
But that Steven Crowder doesn't even look good in that.
No.
It also Steven Crowder also makes it look like he stuck around. Y'all notice that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all notice it made it look like he stuck around.
Yeah. Well,
Brett, why don't you
there's
play?
a key part to this that Sean kind of needs to see, but
Well, then show that part where you.
But
where they
I-
fucking-
I learned about this.
We'll debate anyone right now.
No, I don't
Anyone
wanna
that wants to
debate
come on here and debate,
I mean,
I will debate them.
I'm the Ethan Klein of the group.
I don't think
I will
that. I don't
debate
think
anyone.
I don't think the zooming in on the thing was that impressive because it's like you're tricking a baby. Like
Zooming in on what?
Just go ahead and share it because Ethan's producer fucking put Sam Cedar in their Zoom feed or whatever and all that. Like defeating Steven Crowder's fucking operational security and awareness of shit. I don't know. It just doesn't seem super impressive to me, but it is impressive. It's more than I could have done. I could have managed to pull that off, but I don't feel like they did some like super spy shit. But tell them, Britt. I mean,
They didn't do super spy shit though. They just set Steven Crowder up because he's a dickhead. And what I feel like is great about this is like, I know Ethan Klein probably has an older YouTube audience, but he deals, when I talk about like the YouTube drama that I'm in,
Yeah.
I watch Ethan for that. I watch his take on that.
hey,
So
who
like,
the fuck he is?
he's reaching an audience and embarrassing Steven Crowder in an entirely different
I love
fucking audience of young kids that are going to be like, yeah, Steven Crowder's a fucking moron.
Look, there's no way anyone watched that video. Play the H3, play their one.
All right.
There's no way anyone watches this and thinks Steven Crowder isn't a fucking cuck.
The funny thing about this is he goes into this, he acts like he doesn't know or he acts like he knew that Sam Cedar was going to show up, but he starts off very professional.
It's turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through Playful Ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could.
He's stalling.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a fucking nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy.
He canceled the debate the last
This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave.
Okay,
Dave,
here's
remember
what,
I told you.
Here's what you need to do.
Where'd Steven Crowder go? I can't see his face.
Hold on, Sean. Watch how long they go before they cut back to Steven Crowder.
I said, I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with, mental health issues.
Steven,
Ethan Klein.
He's talking the woman with mental health issues. He's talking about Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas will tell you that she has mental health isses. Okay,
I have mental health issues. Are you taking advantage of me by doing a podcast with me and like basically keeping me alive and keeping me, keep me with a will to live, Brittany?
Yeah.
You're taking advantage of a person with mental illness by being one of my most supportive friends while we make podcasts. But
like Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein are like they ended frenemies. Like I guess they hate each other now. But I bet you $1 million Trisha Paytas would tell Steven Crowder to shut the fuck up about her mental illness.
He doesn't stand up and do his own fighting.
I gotta say,
It's just hilarious. Let's bring on FM.
You would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you made
Yes,
at the
include
beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan.
was-
Joe Rogan and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
He's like, everybody's avoiding Sam Cedar, but like he just listed a bunch of people who probably wouldn't have Sam Cedar on their show to begin with because they're all conservatives.
Noam Chomsky's do you even know? Do you know who Noam Chomsky is?
Is he even still fucking alive?
Yes, he's still alive, but
Is he?
I don't think he's avoiding Sam Cedar.
Yeah.
We could get Noam.
If
we ask nicely.
Noam Chomsky. We probably could get him. I mean, just email him or whatever. He fucking
he's like known for like replying to emails.
Yeah, he's known, but it's like, but also
He's
it's like
also
Joe Rogan,
literally
like,
100 years old.
He's listening. I think what he's trying to do is he's listing off his more famous friends or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. You're listing off your more famous, pumped up by the Heritage Foundation YouTube algorithm exploiting intellectual dark web fucking cowards who are gonna fucking gleefully lube up the fucking boot of fascism as it rams right into the white American's ass. Right when it finally comes, when the earth gets too fucking hot, Sam fucking Harris is going to have a guy on talking about how it's perfectly fine to go indoors 24 hours a day if you live in Austin and you live in Arizona. Like, what do you need to be outside for anyways? The drones deliver things.
Wait, we're not supposed to live like that? Maybe that's why I have a headache.
No, you won't be able to go outside
Yeah.
in most of Arizona in 10 years. In less than that, probably. You won't be able to go outside for parts of the day
Yeah.
for more than 10 minutes without experiencing heat stroke.
Yeah. But all right, so we still haven't cut back to Steven Crowder, right?
Still haven't. Still have not yet.
Your audience.
By the way, this is
jumping
Steven
in.
Crowder's
I
controlled
dated with
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk. Steven, I mean, it's about issues. Let's
about
talk about
issues,
those
yeah.
issues.
That's
I
what
think
you're
you have
doing
some
here.
valid
Yeah.
points.
You're
that
so
I think we
clever.
should
I had no
discuss.
idea that you were
Remember, he said Ethan Klein would do anything not to debate.
taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts
I
eyes.
wish everything.
You take those off with a velveteen
really are.
buttons.
We must have been
Black
very worried
eyes,
about
aren't
this,
they? Like
Stephen.
it-
I don't know why.
No
It would
one's
be-
worried
Oh, come
about
on,
it.
so
Say, I
concerned.
didn't want to
Well,
do
let's-
it.
So
let's
worried
have
that they
Sam
won't
come
cut
on.
back
I'm
to
just
them.
I'll tell you what. I
Let's
have a
do
general. I have a general.
This is a
rule.
great
I
opportunity.
don't start a debate based with people on a lie. And how
Or
about you get to a,
sabotaging?
how about you get to
Steven,
a
show
30th
yourself,
of the
you
audience
coward.
share?
Steven, show yourself.
30th
Don't show
of the
your
audience.
co-host.
Ethan, you should show
Steven,
yourself.
excuse-
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven,
so strongly
Steven, you
that
are
you're
such
not
a
willing to
coward. Stop
debate.
showing your little
I
leprechaun
thought you would
co-host who
welcome-
comes out dressed like
Ethan,
your
Ethan,
I love
sidekick.
Ethan
why do you
Klein.
have to bring on a
Show
guy who has-
Steven.
Thirtieth of the
I'm really
viewership
Why
of
are
the
you-
show.
Best thing I've ever heard. So you have a
Just
guy
show
with
Steven.
less viewers to come on to debate him because you can't.
Well, obviously,
don't
if
you
I'm
get
a,
some-
Apparently he
if,
had to think
obviously
about
I'm
it,
a,
bro.
if I'm a layup
Yeah,
and
you
not a
had to think
debater.
about it.
This doesn't last
Well,
very
look,
long.
you're the
I
one
mean,
who
you're
called. You're the
that
one who
started
got
the debate.
Steve
You're
started
the one that got angry about
Show
it.
Steven. Don't be
Hold on
such a
second. All right,
coward.
hold on a second. Let me hear what Pigpen has to say here really quick.
Fair enough.
Show
But
Steven.
Ethan, look, I
Dude,
don't.
the,
Hold on a
The
second.
fact that he calls him Pigpen like makes me want to strangle the life out of Steven Crowder. Like, do you not have
Like,
anything?
Kyle said something to me,
Huh?
and I agree. Like, I wish Michael Brooks was still alive.
Oh, if Michael Brooks were
God, this
alive,
would have been amazing if Michael Brooks was here.
this would have
I
been.
miss
I don't know who Michael Brooks is.
He,
Oh,
I don't get the joke.
You get in a YouTube hole for that.
Alright.
Now get into it. It's where he died way too young, and it was very sad.
Yeah.
Is he he's a leftist?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
He's probably the reason why this podcast even started, to be honest with you, because me and Sean, when he died, I was so sad about it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was brutal. He was
We
37.
messaged and stuff. But finish the rest of this fucking coward ass clip here.
Because initially
Thank
I came
you.
on here to talk with Ethan.
All right, they
Ethan,
finally cut
come
back
on,
to
man.
him.
Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Cedars, the same reason that Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't own anything. It's based on a lie.
Who the fuck wants to be on Dave Rubin's show?
Also, he keeps acting like those people ducking Sam Cedar is a dunk.
Yeah.
It's like Ben Shapiro ducks. It's like Tim Pool ducking him, telling me you got to come into the studio during COVID. It's like, bro, you're a fucking podcast, bro. None of us are in the same room. You're at that level. Like, what the fuck? You can't have someone call in. You fucking
Yeah.
But
By the way, I saw somebody like a couple weeks or a couple months ago post a meme like about Zoom podcasts disappearing, and I'm like, I hope they don't. Like, I like Zoom podcasts, and we're a Zoom podcast, so like that shit goes away.
I think a lot of people that do podcasts that live. I mean, if y'all lived in town, we do it in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean, if y'all lived within 30 minutes of us, we just do it in town. But now with remote capabilities, why would we not just do it remote?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much easier for us.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter where we are, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's stupid to think that.
All right.
And also,
Ethan,
like,
just like you,
I'll
like-
debate Sam Cedar.
Huh?
I'll
You'll
debate
debate
Sam
S-
Cedar.
You'll debate Sam Cedar?
I'll debate
On
Sam Cedar
anything.
too.
Give
Either
me
one, if
something.
he wants to debate Sean or me, he can have either one of us, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'll clip
Both
this
of
for
us.
Sam Cedar.
Right.
Come on, Sam. I love you, brother. Like, I would love to see you
Debate
debate
me.
these guys.
What's your problem? What are you
Yeah,
doing,
you
Sam
fucking
Cedar?
coward. We have a 30 of the audience of you. So, like, because that was just Chris, like, come within a 30th, like, what? All right.
I
so
think
yeah,
he's
so
about
I
to get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, all right, Sam Cedar, I'm calling you fucking out, Pigpen Eye or whatever. I don't fucking know. Brian, I don't think we'd actually
on,
debate
baby.
that hard.
Sam, I think
Fuck
your
yeah, baby.
pigpen eyes are cute,
Sam.
so fuck these guys.
Hey,
I don't care about your stupid,
whatever aggravates
Bob
you, Sam
Burgers
Cedar,
crap.
whatever aggravates you to have you debate us, So that way we can get on your audience share, because I think you got a decent audience share, friend.
Yeah.
Don't give it up.
Oh, yeah, fuck you and your
that's for
small
all
ass
time.
audience. Fuck your small ass
Only a
audience, Sam
million,
Cedar.
you fucking asshole.
Suck my ass, Sam Cedar. Press the button.
Ethan,
What's the
you
lie?
claiming my
What's the
booker
lie,
reached
Steven?
out to you, Ethan, when you
Steven,
know that's
what's the
not
lie?
true. There's no
What's
one
the
ducking
lie?
you,
Why
Sam.
are you
I've
so
never
afraid?
Sam,
Yo, listen, I think you're a smart
I
guy.
can call out Mike
I don't
Tyson.
understand
It
why
doesn't mean that I'm
you are
ducking
so
him.
worried about this.
Why do you
I
feel that?
honestly
Why do you feel
don't.
that anyone, Sam? Why do you feel that
Which one
anyone
do you say
owes
is a
you
holster?
airtime when you have a 40th of the audience and you've been doing the
I
show
don't think anybody
for 10
owes me
times as longer?
airtime. I think that Ethan has just given it to me. I didn't
Right.
ask him for it, and
Right.
so
No, you've been begging
the
for
real
it for a long
question
time
is,
with everyone
Steven,
bigger than
why
yourself.
Are you so
he found
worried
you
about
can't build an
engaging with me?
audience, and so what
Why
happens is
are
he
you
uploads
so
15
worried about-
times more.
Do you think
has
your
less than a
audience-
50th of the audience.
Well, that's
Do
why
you
he
think
wants to
that your
debate you, is so he
audience-
can build his.
Sam,
Do you
Sam,
think
come on.
your audience
Complete avoidance.
cares
Yeah.
that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7 million
I think.
subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I
don't
answer your
think
question?
they
Can I
do.
answer your question? Can I answer your question?
Sure.
You want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben
Well, now they
Shapiro's and
all
Dave
know
Rubin.
who I am.
Now they
You
all know
just
who you
introduced
are
me.
because you had to
Your
shoehorn
audience
yourself into
watches
another coward
yourself
show.
into
College
another
students,
show.
every day that you do that,
Why are
change
we-
my
Hold on a
mind.
second. Hold on
they
a second.
don't know who those college
This is another
students
lie.
are.
This is another lie.
What possible
Let
difference would
me
it be?
clarify, Sam. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my
Let me
mind. Everyone
clarify.
knows on the
I
show,
wanna
right?
rip
We've
this
had
guy's
How did
professors
you know
on the.
I ended
This is
my
what-
show
okay, he's not
early
gonna talk.
last
I
week,
hate-
Stephen? If your audience doesn't
Because
even
you're
know
an
me,
idiot,
how
and
would you
half
know
of your
that?
staff
Do you
doesn't
watch
like
my
you.
show?
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because
I
he's a
watch it all the
diehard
Well,
fan.
if you're a
I've heard
diehard
of you,
fan,
but I just
why-
met you.
why not have
Congratulations,
me
Sam Cedars fan.
and Stephen
I'm just
have
a
a
huge
conversation?
fan.
I will
like-
talk
right now,
about
every
the
time I
issues
try and
that
talk,
you
you're
want to talk
interrupting,
about,
Sam.
Stephen.
Yeah, and
Right now, I'm trying to talk with you.
He's in, Sam Cedar is interrupting Steven Crowder.
But he's interrupting with bullshit. But go ahead.
Yeah, but
He's
no, I'm just
interrupting.
making the point that like Sam Cedar is not like Steven Crowder is talking over him this entire time.
Yeah, I know.
You're interrupting,
You
Sam.
bombarded the show.
Okay,
You
go ahead.
bombarded my show under a false pretense.
He didn't bombard
claimed
the
that-
show. Ethan Klein is a fucking troll. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this: Ethan Klein is pretty left to begin with. So like, and his crew is left to begin with.
Bro, bombard implies projectiles were fired at a position, right? If you feel like you got bombarded by someone jumping on the Zoom call that you can end, you're a coward. And that's why you're wearing a holster. Because watch what he does next, y'all.
Yeah, and he's wearing a shirt called that says "Fight Like Hell." He's not doing anything.
Party.
Just like you claimed that I ducked a debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told me. I
Oh, is
played
that what they
the
told you?
audio
Well,
of
so
it.
you're just lazy
Yeah.
with your research?
And if
No,
big tech
what-
is,
what
You can
research-
Lazy with your research. We've already established that he couldn't do the little bit of research to understand that Ethan Klein is known for being a fucking troll on the internet. That he has a podcast called Frenemies. Like, what the fuck?
And you with the
Well,
lie.
he's aware of
You need
that.
to
He's
research
not-
and say-
Crowder's not a good faith actor. He knows us about it.
But he
Which it-
tries at the beginning. He tries to talk to Ethan like a human. I don't know if
I
Ethan.
know,
put-
I know, because you know why he thought
Yeah, he didn't know.
Sam,
Steven
you know
was
why
sitting
you know why he thought he was safe? Because Sam Cedar does a live show, but they pre-recorded the last 30
Yeah.
minutes
yeah,
to
yeah,
set
yeah.
him up.
Yeah, that's
where the
what- and that's
fucking
what he
subversion
said.
Comes in.
How'd you know I ended my show early?
Well, because the week before they ended early, and Steven Crowder's dad sent a fucking email claiming fake emergency to get out of, because this H3 debate was supposed to happen last week.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is where Crowder's admitting to ducking.
Yeah.
You were
Let me
booked.
explain to you. Let me explain
They
to you.
said
Let me
you were
explain to you.
booked
Hey,
and that you
whoa,
dropped
Sam,
out and you literally had
Sam,
cold
sweetheart.
feet.
Sam, fake stand-up comic.
Sweetheart, what are you, gay, Steven Crowder? You call him a sweetheart?
Pause for a second.
Oh, you're
Pause for a second. Calling Sam Cedar fake stand-up pisses me the fuck off. Because Sam Cedar is a goddamn stand-up comedian. Steven
I thought he
Crowder
was,
is
too,
a
yeah.
fake stand-up comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Well, you didn't see Steven Crowder's 30 minutes at
Yeah.
at
Steven
Comedy
Crowder, I have been funnier than you without a microphone, yelling because the police told me we could not keep doing a show.
No.
All right?
Show? Yeah.
They said we could not
Really
keep
are
using
funnier than
amplified
him.
voice.
I know. I was about to say I've been funnier than him.
I know, but I'm saying on stage.
In front of a
The
group.
three of us,
conservatives.
I'm just
That's my
saying,
point.
just listen. I've been funnier when I was too fucking drunk to remember my set than he's ever been on his best day. I will eat 300 milligrams of THC and do material that I remember from other comedians instead of my own and be funnier than anything he could do. Okay.
I can do Chappelle's Killing Him Softly and kill
I do not jokes from the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and be funnier than this hunk of literal shit that is acting like a pot. This motherfucker, I cannot tell if he's not a literal turd talking right now with the shit that he is spewing. Like, it seems that beard that he has looks like he drew it on with a fucking Sharpie. It looks like he fucking used a Photoshop tool to put on masculinity.
Magnet.
He's such a, he wants to be a Texan so bad.
You're from fucking Canada, you serp sucker.
Yeah.
You goddamn moose fucking liquor.
Or Rafael Cruz.
Yeah, hang out with fucking, he ain't even American either, you fucking fake Texan.
Yeah.
Hit the button now. Let's see this fucking cuck.
Right.
You're not. Okay, that makes sense because everything that I've seen is incredibly unfunny and unentertaining, which may explain the audience.
Irony alert, Steven.
Comedian.
Why does he say that? Why does he say I'm not a stand-up comic then? He is a stand-up
He doesn't
comic.
really do that.
But he used to be.
He's more of an actor and podcaster now anyway, I guess.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, but he was a comic.
Yeah.
And when he was a comic, he got higher in comedy than Steven Crowder's stupid ass.
Yeah.
Steven Crowder has never been known for stand-up.
He did shows.
Yeah. Sam Cedar was on shows, like real shows.
Wait, so Steven Crowder does comedy like Rush Limbaugh did comedy.
He did stand-up. No, he was a stand-up for a while.
The improv.
But he wasn't booked in shit.
Improv.
Yeah. He wasn't booked in shit.
They're not to sell out the improv, but get a lot of people. Get on Tom and Dan when you're at the improv, and then I'll consider you a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not asking for a lot.
Yeah.
Have you watched my stuff,
The
Steven, that
irony
you
of
think
it.
that your
Can I
audience
answer your
wouldn't
question?
appreciate our discussing things?
Samuel, can I answer your question?
Yes.
So you have gone on, you've done the same thing with other comments. Everyone has a bigger audience than you because you said, I want to speak with Steven Crowder. You believe that at some point there was some acceptance? When have I ever done a Politicon? Ever? As a matter of fact, in the last decade, I haven't done a single political conference. I hosted CPAC for 4 years and stopped because they suck. They don't pay and they're full of losers.
What about
and you've been clamoring for it, and it's a lie.
They're full of losers. Donald Trump.
That's his audience.
Dropped out of doing his show because
this is just hearsay and gossip.
How can you
I've never met more of a woman.
Who is this fat leprechaun dude?
I don't know. That's insulting to leprechauns. Leprechauns have value to the Irish people. But what the fuck? White ethnicity this motherfucker is.
Like Bill Burr's
looks like a Cheesecake Factory is what he put on his birth certificate. You know what I mean? He's the most American looking fucking dude on here. He looks like a fucking melted suburban dad wearing the blazer to be cool, hanging out and like what the fuck, man? Unfinished wood coasters, like.
That guy's human cargo shorts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I was about to say the set design and lighting for Steven Crowder is banging. Like whoever his set designer is, and
no, it fucking.
Well,
it
if you have
looks
Coke
so
money, you can do
stereotypical.
anything.
It looks fucking. It looks like what you do to fake a masculine show. Like if you were doing a parody of a man show. That's what it looks like. It looks like a high production Mad TV sketch where they had the women dressed up like men. All right. It's like that's what this set looks like. It's not bad. It's well put together, but it is a parody of everything else.
Fine, but they have Coke money.
Hold on, let me show you my favorite part of the set. Well, go ahead, finish your
You know
thought.
what I could do if I had Coke money?
If I had Coke money, I mean, y'all see me sitting in this leather bound this fancy ass chair? I wouldn't have concrete, just bare walls behind me with the light of Jesus coming in because the sun ain't went down yet. And
I wouldn't be sitting
forgot
in a
to hang out the
$100
blackout
Amazon chair.
curtains. I personally think it's good that it looks like God shining his light and grace on me as I do this, but By the way, why is Sam Crowder armed or Steven Crowder armed while he's doing his podcast?
He always does
dangerous
that.
to be him.
But What is he? Why is he always armed? Is that his thing?
He says it. He answers that question in a minute. You want to wait, or you want me to tell you?
We'll just play it. Just play it then.
All right.
When he wants
Well,
to keep debating.
I don't know. Talk about any of this.
All right,
Let's talk
okay.
about the issue.
So,
the
Ethan, do you want to have a
CDC.
conversation, Ethan,
Let's talk
about the
big
vaccine?
tech.
Because
My favorite part is this window. What's up with this window? What's up with this
Oh, it's heaven.
sunset? Like, I like it. I like the
It's
color
a new
palette.
day in America. It's literally a rip off of Reagan's thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
a new
like
day in
it.
America.
Okay.
Oh,
you're
you
from
like
Duval.
you like fashy shit, man.
I like what?
You like
You're from
fashy shit.
Duval.
Fashy? Like
Yeah, you're from
fascist?
Duval. You're from yes. Yeah, fascism appears to you.
Because
It
I like
appeals
the
to you.
pink and orange color palette?
No, what?
Listen, me
Oh,
and
that's
Tim
not why
have
you like it?
solidarity. We're
You
from the
love
poor parts
Star
of
Wars.
Orlando.
I love Star Wars.
You Park and Pine Hills
I'm
coming together.
fucking with you, Brittany. Just play the fucking video.
I love Star Wars because it's a leftist fucking.
I'm joking with you. Goddamn, just play
All right,
the
Eric.
video.
Ethan, do you want to have a
Absolutely, I
conversation?
do.
You're going to hide.
You felt
Absolutely,
so
I
strongly
do.
about-
Big tech.
So why are you hiding behind San Cedar?
Oh no, no,
Have
no!
a
Me and Sam are
conversation
aligned. I'm not
with
hiding.
him.
He just
Well, you're just a
he knows the
liar.
issue.
So you're a
Ethan,
liar.
because remember we
You
said,
brought
hold
in
on a second,
somebody
hold on a
else to
second.
debate.
I mean, it
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
feels like
It's
you guys are the ones
ridiculous.
who are hiding.
Really?
Ethan is
Really?
being
No, this is
completely
actually
open about it.
Who snuck in on you?
who's the guy who
Ethan
never
has said for the record, he said, I'm not a political person. Like he's like,
Well,
that's
also,
not what he
Steven
does.
Crowder's got a backup. His producer's on mic.
Yeah.
It's not really an unfair thing. It'd be different if it were one-on-one thing. It seems like it's a 2-on-1 anyways.
Yeah, they
Seems like
wanted
that's what
to
Steven Crowder was going into with.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ethan's doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean he's not coming to a fair. Also, he's
He's just
goddamn
chewing gum.
armed while he's doing his show.
Are there guns in there? Yeah, I guess there are.
That's
That's what he
ammo. That's
has
extra
holster.
magazines.
But are
He's
those
wearing a
fake?
shoulder
Because I don't think you're supposed to have that shit on YouTube.
They might be fake. Maybe it's a lighter or something, but it seems like I'm not against guns. I have guns next to me. I mean, they're not
I
with
love them.
armed reach because I'm not a Navy SEAL. If I don't have 15 minutes notice the trouble's coming, they're probably gonna win, y'all. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, unless if they
Listen,
pull up,
I've
pull up
said
in a
it.
jacked up truck talking shit, I got some time to get the gun out.
I've said it, dude. I'm for storming the Capitol. Just don't do it in the name of Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I'm just saying, like, play this.
I'm trying to
not saying
rally
that
my
'cause
family
I'm not a
yesterday,
signal.
dude. I was literally trying to play into my brother's ego with my mom. She was like, "Who's gonna lead us?" And I was like, "Billy's a great leader. He's just fucking brainwashed."
Yeah, well, I mean, let's not. Your brother wasn't at the Capitol for full-on disclosure, just to
No, he
everybody
wasn't.
know, because he wouldn't do it. Hit the button though. I want to see him cry.
All right.
appears
Completely
on
open
stage,
about it.
never does a live show,
But it's a
never
comic.
never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding.
Right.
Everything we do is out in the open.
There's a voice on Bob's Burgers.
Steven, you're wearing a
Yeah, we
holster.
agreed.
So what?
Hold on a second. Yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you.
want to
Well,
call
no,
it
you're
cock-
talking about comedy.
Well, that's
I
what
mean,
you debate strategy.
that's
Write
not
it
very
for you.
funny.
You have a holster, bro.
Also, your
you have a
sponsor is
holster
Spartans.
as he takes advantage of mentally ill women for a
main
show.
sponsor
with
is
just
about
women.
gay boys.
Bro, I hate this mentally ill shit because I know Trisha Paytas ain't the most perfect person, but fuck him for talking shit about Trisha Paytas. I know that y'all don't know who that is and everything, but that woman has been through hell.
Well, we understand the idea that he's infantizing her and acting like she can't be a willing participant in media.
Yeah, and she was, dude.
Well, that's because in his mind, women can't be a willing participant in anything unless a man says so. That's
Yeah.
what his little lizard brain thinks, because that's honestly what they think. If you think I'm far off, all that trad wife shit and all that shit they tell you about the traditional values, in the 50s, women couldn't have bank accounts. So I don't know about y'all, but when somebody
the
shares a
70s.
meme, huh?
It's 70s.
Yeah, what I'm saying, in the 50s, they couldn't have a bank account. So
Yeah.
you're sharing a meme about, let's go back to the way of life of the 50s when most black
Right.
people couldn't vote, women couldn't fucking drive, like in Saudi Arabia, couldn't have a bank account, and they were basically chattel property. I mean, and if you were a white landowner with money, you were pretty much in charge of everything. Like, that's what they mean when they say that, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what they mean. So so like when conservatives tell me, oh, they want to go back to, make America great again. When? What part do you want to go back to? Pick the year and let's see. Let's stack up the laws and the treatment of people in that year, and let's see about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, even if you argue like, oh, I want the economical parts of the 80s. Well, that was only for white people. So,
I mean, well,
and it was
so you
like
want
5 years.
Oh, you want to go back to the economic gains? Well, all right, well, let's get the union rates back up to where they were in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go back to the 50s? Let's get the tax credit, the income tax rate up to 90% again on income, and then let's have union membership at like 80%.
I just want to go back to Eisenhower.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just fucking let's do it. But I mean, so anyone that's listening that's conservative, and you're non-white, which probably means you're not here. Well, Sean's doing a finger to you. I'm just telling you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're never ever going to let you be one of them, right? And I go back anywhere in time in America and be fine. You know what I mean? I'm a white man. I own a tiny parcel of land in Putnam County. Technically, I could vote since the founding of America, right? They can too. So when they talk about going back to things, remember, nothing was ever banned against them like that. You know what I mean? So
it was never that great.
Ask them when they mean, and see, and then go look, see how your kind was treated back then.
Yeah.
But let's see Sam Crowder answer why he's
all right, Sam. You got it. You got it. I hope you have a wonderful highlight reel.
Hold on. Let me just make one point.
Hope you enjoy Politicon.
Hold on. Let me make one point, Steven.
Take it easy.
Steven, don't bail.
Guys. I appreciate it.
Don't bail, you coward.
Hey, Sam. One thing before I go. Can you take off your glasses?
Hold on.
One thing before I go. Can you
just
take
wanna
off your
see-
glasses?
we just wanna see if
I just want to
Makes me
see
wanna
if you take them
fucking-
off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only thing I'm curious about. It's the only interesting part about it.
Steven,
Or if there's a soul.
Let's
Just
debate.
take off the glasses.
Let's debate, Steven.
Don't hide behind the
Don't
glasses.
be a
Don't
coward.
say let's debate, Ethan. You've lost
Coward.
All right.
Debate
This
the
is sad.
issues. What
This
does
is
it matter who
shut
you
up.
debate, coward?
All right, good. You guys are good. Thank you.
Coward.
Won't even take off the glasses.
I was right.
All right, yeah, you can.
Hold on, Steven Crowder, take your pants off so we can see how tiny your fucking dick is.
Hey,
You
take your
fucking
glass
piece
off.
of shit.
What's taking glass off me so he can't read a teleprompter or whatever, bro? What
He wants to
what's
see
your point?
if his eyes look like fucking Linus.
No, he wants to see how big his nose is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
Steven Crowder
you're not
wants. He
wrong.
wants to see how big his nose is.
I want to
Yeah.
see how big Steven Crowder's dick is because I'm pretty sure when he's hard, it goes inside. of
I
him.
promise you it's not big enough, because if it was big enough, he wouldn't be a right-wing guy, because he would have just done something else when
wouldn't
it
have
didn't
a
work in
holster.
comedy.
If I can
If
say,
your
I
dick's
might.
big enough and you don't make it, because remember, he was a voice on Arthur. All right. If you have a big dick and you get into something and it don't work out, you don't care because you got a big dick. You know what I mean?
Wait,
you don't take it on
Arthur?
the world.
Arthur.
He was a voice on the children's
He was on
cartoon
Arthur,
Arthur.
yeah.
Steven Crowder tried to make it in regular Hollywood before he turned into
Oh,
this.
shit. I thought you were saying Archer.
Almost like
I thought you
what's
meant
the
Archer.
other guy?
No, he's
What's
a
the other guy who
failed. He's a
tried to do
failed
that?
everything.
Who's that
Steven
other
Crowder's
guy?
a failed entertainment
Oh.
person.
I think Ben Shapiro tried to be.
He tried to write Hollywood scripts and shit too, and
Yes.
they never went anywhere.
It
So-
turns out if you're not good, it's
I
not
wonder
good.
why.
Yeah, because they're bad. Because all of them, and like, just all these people were again. If Steven Crowder had a big dick, he would not be the way he is. I promise y'all right now. We live in a state where the governor's making them all say their political views is cool. Like I really
Wait, we'll
think
get to that in a minute. I want to get
I
to
might
that.
have
in a
to.
minute.
I might have to move. I might have to move if we keep talking shit.
I told my dad the other day. I said, when you vote for DeSantis again, just remember that I'll probably never be able to come visit you again. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I might be a refugee to your house before too long. But play this stupid shit. Let's get
All right,
back
yeah,
to
this is
cut
almost
all
done.
that shit out.
Right.
Brittany, you'll appreciate it.
You run away
Don't-
twice. Cold feet again.
Come on, Steven.
Damn.
Wow.
What
So
a
he just fucking pieces that.
Wow. Dude, I can't believe he admit to following.
He admitted that he followed the show last week.
We got him.
Admitted that he watched the show last
We
week.
got him.
Early.
Dude, we played him so hard because he literally was following. He saw that you went live, dude. We fucking got him.
Oh my God, we fucking nailed him.
Holy shit.
Y'all tell me when to pause. I'll just let it go.
So do you want
Till
to
you're done.
respond to here? You want to throw him up, Dan? Do you want to respond to anything he said now that he's not talking over you?
Well, I mean, look, he's obviously lying about the idea that he wouldn't want to do a debate with me because his audience wouldn't know. Here's a guy who literally tracked my show last week because he was afraid that this would happen. Here's a guy who
Right.
claims to have watched. I don't know. I don't know what it is he said he watched, but he's not worried about audience not knowing who he's debating because he sits down with random college kids and sandbags them on their campus.
Yeah.
I have the recording from Politicon when they called and he backed out.
He does. I heard
have
it.
emails from Gavin McGinnis, whose show I would have never gone on, except he offered up.
Also, Ethan has the emails and reached out and contacted the booker from Steven Crowder to confirm that he was contacted to be on Steven Crowder's show when Steven Crowder says he wasn't. And you know what their excuse is? You know what their excuse is? I don't know if I'm not sure if they talk about this. Their excuse is the booker that contacted Ethan was female. His excuse is, I've never hired a female.
Ew.
All right. Well, let's just close this thing.
All right.
Because Sam Cedar, I love you, brother, but I don't want to look at you no more. Because I just keep thinking about where the fuck that dude got Velveteen Rabbit insult against him from.
Because he does kind of look like Linus.
I think that's a pretty anti-Semitic thing.
Well, of course.
But I just don't. Of
course.
Who the fuck remembers the Velveteen Rabbit?
Oh, that's my favorite book when I was a kid.
Somebody
like
brought
40,
this up
bro.
this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I know I'm old.
Somebody brought this up
and
Googled
younger
it.
than me, isn't he?
Probably.
Steven Crowder.
I don't know. You want me to look?
Yeah, look at that real quick.
He's like 33, maybe.
I'm 33, so being Steven Crowder the same age, I'm gonna feel real bad about myself.
He was born in 87. Were you born in 87?
Yeah.
I'm older than you, Steven Crowder, and as your elder, I tell you to shut the fuck up. Well, I wanted to talk about what DeSantis is doing in Florida, but because we were texting about this yesterday, so let me just set up like my thinking, I guess. I was cutting the clips from the episode we did with Trey, and you guys asked me like a couple different times, like, do you know what this is? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
And I get embarrassed every time I'm like, no, I don't know what that is, and blah 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 blah. There's a fucking reason why I don't know what that is.
Well, I mean, honestly though, but you shouldn't be embarrassed when anytime we're getting deep in something we ask you know what it is you don't know, because there's a very real chance it might be some extra sections. I mean, y'all hung out with me.
Nothing
before.
I say, I learned in school.
Yeah, I didn't learn none of this shit in school either. Like,
billboards.
I listen to a lot of billboards too.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
I love.
What was the one thing you guys were talking about? What was the slaves the act where you can like go get black people and turn them
slave
in?
act?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what that is. Nobody ever taught me what that is.
If you don't know about Dred Scott, that's
well,
a problem,
you talking about Dred Scott? Oh, the Dred Scott decision was fucked. That was where they basically said that he had to go back into slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why you didn't learn about Dred Scott?
Because
of white hegemony.
Yeah, because the Supreme Court doesn't want you to because if you remember that the Supreme Court is the one that said a black man is always a slave, it doesn't matter that his freedom was paid for and if I'm remembering the Dred Scott decision correctly, he bought his freedom and then was caught by a Fugitive Slave Act and was sold back into slavery because it basically said that he could never be free because he was born a slave, which
Were you against the machine?
We're going to Google that real quick just to be sure. But I mean, when you hear that, right? When you hear, it makes you just not want to have anything to do with the fucking Supreme Court. It just questions all of it. Here you go. The question is simply this. Can a Negro whose ancestors were imported into this country and sold as slaves become a member of the political community formed and brought into existence by the Constitution of the United States, and as such become entitled to all the rights, privileges, and immunities granted by the Constitution by that instrument to the citizen? In answer, the court ruled that they could not. We think that the are not included and not intended to be included under the word citizens in the Constitution, and therefore claim none of the rights and privileges which instruments provide for and secure to citizens of the United States. On the contrary, they were at the time of, and this is America's founding, considered as that's not in there, considered as a subordinate and inferior class of being who had been subjugated by the dominant race, whether emancipated or not, yet remain subject to their authority, They have no rights or privileges, but such as those who held the power and governance might choose to grant them. That's what the Supreme Court said about black people before the Civil War.
Yeah.
That's just a tiny piece of that, y'all. That's just from the Wikipedia. Did any of you ever learn that in school?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
You might hear about it, but you don't hear it in plain terms like that. That's
You know,
what they don't want you to learn.
this week kind of there's something said that like really kind of I didn't really know what she meant until this week. I've kind of mentioned it on the show. I hate to call her out. Maybe I'll bleep that part. But she grew up here in California, and she's like, the school systems in Florida are so much better. And I'm like, what? I never understood that. But now I fucking understand that. They're better because they teach whatever she wants to be taught to her kid. Which I don't understand because
they don't want to feel bad about this.
A person of color.
That doesn't matter, really.
She's Filipino, though, but
doesn't want to feel bad about it either.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. How much does she know about how the American government took over the Philippines?
Yeah.
In the late 1800s and took that country over and became like a protectorate of America.
We were the colonial power of the Philippines until they were fighting us until World War II.
Yeah.
And then they fought with us. And because they fought so hard and all, that's why they were granted independence and shit. And it was still kind of a big brother, little brother situation. But like, if World War II hadn't happened, we would be probably still fighting Philippine guerrillas today. If we were going to try and hold on to the Philippines, the people of the Philippines do not tolerate. They just don't tolerate it. They do not tolerate rule. There's
little country in the Southeast Asia that we kind of got in with for like 30 years or so. Man, Ho Chi Minh. Oh, what did you do?
There's islands in the Philippines now held by Maoist guerrillas. You know, like the Filipino people have a strong history of. Well, also, I mean, we held up there. We were only.
How about this? You don't have Maoism if you don't have poor people.
Yeah, that's
Anyone
pretty much it. Yeah.
Understands Maoism? You don't have Maoism if you don't have poor people.
Yeah, it really is one of them things when people talk about like, you know, how bad Mao was and shit, but it's like, okay, but he was bad to people that was real bad and whatever.
Yeah, Hassan was talking about Cuba and Castro.
Exactly.
What's the guy before him? What's his name?
Batista.
Yeah, he was like, so you think Batista's good?
Dictator.
Yeah, he was a dictator that had slave plantations and shit. And you'll see in a lot of times.
And sugar, yeah.
And sugar, and a lot you'll have someone from Venezuela that's white, right? Come on TV, or they'll talk about how bad the Venezuelan government is, how bad it is. And it's like, why are they bad? Well, they took my family's business. What was your family's business? We had a rubber plantation or a plantation. We had this, we had that, we had that. We had basically what comes out to slaves.
Yep.
You know?
Hold on, let me see if I can find this really quick because I just want to ask you guys a quick question about this. I don't know if I can find it quick enough, though.
That's third worldism. If you have third worldism, it's because most of the time, slavery and subjugation of people. That's what happens in all these countries. Almost 100% of the time, it's subjugation, third worldism of minority populations. That's pretty much what it is.
Because
it's imperialism.
We don't think of them as people. Cargill and Nestle don't think of them as people.
One of my favorite bald people, as a bald person, this guy, Lenin, had imperialism is the latest stage of capitalism. That's what we're dealing with 100% of the time. It's imperialism. Sorry, I had to be a tanky for a second.
Hey, no, it's fine. I'm trying to find.
I'm only half a tanky.
Listen,
I believe in anarchism.
You're an APC.
This Hassan clip that I'm referencing is about Florida, the schools in Florida. But what color is this lady right here?
Brownish.
That's pretty white lady to me.
My family.
Yeah, so she's from Cuba. She's arguing. Yeah.
Oh, she's from Cuba.
Yeah, she's from Cuba.
Yeah.
And she's on TV.
You fuck
And
with
on
Fox
mainstream
talking
American
about
TV.
evils of
On
communism.
Fox News.
I don't
wonder what she was gonna say.
Part where Hassan wasn't talking, but here we go. We'll watch a little bit of this.
Know that surrounds me in my district understands what DeSantis is saying. It's oppression, it's exile, is death. And our kids, that the American-born kids, don't know what that means. So it's time for us to teach them that Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, Chavez, those people are murderers.
Happening in the.
Sorry, Hassan. I don't mean to ride your dick, brother. But I love you.
Want someone who doesn't kill people like Batista.
I don't know. I mean, and I don't know, man. This rule is about this new whatever it is it a law or a bill, whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's about indoctrination of children, right? And it's like that's exactly what you're fucking doing. And they think, okay, me and Tim and probably me and Sean too. We talked about this when we first started because I was like, well, I mean, it is kind of true. Like I did go to college and learned all these liberal things. Okay, I moved from Jacksonville to Orlando, Orlando's pretty progressive, would you guys say, for Florida?
Sure, yeah.
Compared to Jacksonville?
Yeah.
MSNBC.
Yeah, and then I go to college, right, with professors who have at least 6 years of studying something. Some of my professors, like I took archaeology classes, those guys had been to all these places. Like, of course they're telling me all these ideas because they've experienced this shit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what were they telling you?
I don't know, just all these leftist ideas, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, leftist or liberal?
Yeah. Well,
probably both, yeah.
Hey, Brittany,
probably more liberal.
Probably both.
Hey, Brittany, have you ever seen this? The Joint Chiefs of Staff have considered the attached memorandum for the Chief of Operations Cuba project, which responds to a request that the office for brief but precise descriptions of the pretext which would provide justification for U.S. military intervention in Cuba. The Joint Chiefs of Staff recommend that the proposed memorandum be forwarded as a preliminary submission suitable for planning purposes. It is assumed that there will be similar submissions from other agencies and that these inputs will be used as a basis for developing a time-based plan. Individual projects can be then considered on a case-by-case basis. Further, it is assumed that a single agency will be given the military responsibility for developing military and paramilitary aspects of the basic plan. It is recommended that this operation for both overt and covert military operations be assigned to Joint Chiefs of Staff. That is the front of the memo for Operation Northwood, right? Northwoods.
Yeah.
That was going to do false flag terror attacks on the United States to drum up justification to invade Cuba in 1962. Including hijacking airliners full of civilians and blaming it on Cubans. That's real. That happened. That's what the government planned to do. The victims of communism and all, the ones that we were going to frame by hijacking an airliner full of civilians, killing them and blaming it on Castro.
Here's what I don't get about this stuff.
So maybe I don't believe the victims of communism is on face value when the government provides a video of them.
Yeah. Here's what really confuses me. You have a group of people who are willing to believe that there's another group of people who drink children's blood and have this sort of pedophile cabal, which there is a pedophile cabal, but they believe all these insane things that the COVID-19 was created in a lab and blah blah blah. But they refuse to believe stuff like that and call that conspiracy.
I mean,
because it doesn't. This stuff affects what they believe, right?
But does it really change? Like, let's take my parents. Does it really change anything for them? Maybe it changes their religion.
It does in terms of what they believe is good.
But
you have to understand what they think about what is good.
But what does that mean? I don't think that they want anybody to be hurt, no matter what their color. I think they do have inherent racism for living in Jacksonville.
It's not
what
that
they believe is good.
They want it.
I'm sorry.
They think freedom is good. They think They believe the bullshit that gets spewed to it, right? They want to go to Cheesecake Factory, Brittany. They don't want to think about how we go to Cheesecake Factory on the blood of fucking kids, child slaves that Nestle employs. They want to have the goods in the imperial core. That's what all of this is about. It's always been about that. It's about making American standard of living better, so that way you don't fucking care about the tragedies and the oppression done in your name. Do you know why Joseph's...
Can't you have both of those?
No.
Yes, but then you can't have billionaires. You can't have a wealthy elite. You have to spread the shit around.
Who cares? That's what I've been trying to get.
Billionaires
to my
care.
parents.
They don't want to give it up. They convince your parents that it can't be that way, that it can be nothing but the way that it is now. It can. The only people that can make this work is billionaires. Those kids can't possibly make chocolate without being slaves. We can't possibly get resources out of the third world without exploiting them, because they don't know any better, Brittany. Which is why Dred Scott, when it said you can't ever be born of anything, because if you're not white, you're an inferior race. That's where the white supremacy part comes in. They use all of that to feel better about all of this. Because if it's not white supremacy, it's communism. It's the dangers of all that. It's like, you see that woman right there, and you see people that stand next to Fidel Castro. There's a lot of Afro-Cubans that stand next to Castro in pictures, not a lot of white Cubans.
Right.
Well, white Cubans are white Cubans because they're literally descendants of fucking conquistadors and shit, of the Spanish colonizers. You have the president of fucking, what was it, Argentina the other day, saying we came here on ships. He's admitting that they're run by white people or whatever. That's what it is. It's apathy. It's not, they don't want to face it. If you have to look at the reality of it, that Nestle, it's like, again, it's a Supreme Court thing. Why is any institution, remember, there's never been any break in the Supreme Court. It's never closed. It's never stopped. It's never been shut down. Okay. If there was a restaurant in your town that 175 years ago said black people could never be anything but slaves, would you ever fucking go back there? Would you deal with them?
No.
If a restaurant in your town kept giving people food poisoning every 4 years, but they changed the sign out front, would you go back there?
No.
Would you consider it to be a legitimate restaurant?
No.
No. If you fucking think about this shit, none of it's legitimate. You can't, and then if you start doing that, and then the people governing requires the cooperation of the people to be governed. If they do not believe in the institutions anymore, they won't care what the Supreme Court said, just like they don't care that it's illegal to smoke pot until now. You know what I mean? Being illegal has never stopped anybody. But the United States doesn't have traffic like a lot of other places in the world, because we have a bunch of traffic cops and shit, and we have that rule of law bullshit, but also because we have compulsory, mandatory elementary indoctrination schools for everybody. You have to be incredibly poor in America not to go to elementary school. And one of the first things they start teaching you in kindergarten is how to be docile.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so hard to accept when I see my family, when, like, they are just brainwashed. They could exist in this world, and they probably would be for that world. But, like, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she's like, can't do anything about it. And I'm like, yes, you can. You can.
Yeah, we can do lots about it, but we couldn't do anything about it and keep the ruling class and keep the ownership class. Even Adam Smith was against rent-seeking fuckers. Like, rent-seeking's bad. We entered into a phase of just the economy is just rent-seeking. It's bad, y'all.
A PFT Media production.